my financial situation.
Popular pie plant, pictured here.
Want to lose weight and keep eating?
Even before the spring recruiting period, I was hearing the name Ray Smith, this ultra-athletic wing player out of Las Vegas.
Just got finished with the 10th grade year, and I noticed that he was growing, getting bigger, getting stronger, and I started to see kind of, those moves or those plays where you're like, man, this kid might really have something. Once Arizona called us, Damon came and he told me that he saw him play over the 10th grade summer, and that he thought the kid was a star. He said he hadn't came into his fullness yet, but he could tell that Ray had all the potential to be something great.
Probably about 3 or 4 weeks into his sophomore year, I remember saying to our assistant coach, at some point this kid, if he keeps working, is going to be the best kid that I've ever coached.
Ray Smith has tons of upside. He's athletic. He has the build of an NBA player. He has a broad range to his skill set. Maybe not the most refined, skilled player, but he can pretty much do everything.
We was playing in Chicago, and I buckled my leg, and I heard a pop sound.
When he first went down, I thought he just tweaked the ankle or banged his knee. I really didn't think it was serious. So of course, being me, I said, get up, hey, get up, we gotta finish playing.
And then that's when I called my dad, like, come here, Dad, like, I'm actually hurt. So I was kind of like, oh, I'll be out for a month or a couple days, and I'll be back for the big tourney of 64.
We talked to the doctor, and he looked at me and he said, I don't feel an ACL. Ray told me that he heard a pop, and for me, it was kind of like Cinderella dying. He hadn't fully proved himself yet, and I wanted him to play against these top wings and really show them what he could do. So it was real tough.
When they told me I tore my ACL, I was kind of like, man, like, I sat back of the car and I cried a couple times because I thought of my teammates, my high school teammates,
And my first thought was about Ray and hoping that he was going to be all right. If you get in it for the right reasons, coaching, it's about the kids. And I've had a lot of people say, man, I feel bad for you because you're losing Ray and it's taking a part of the team away. But, for me, my first thought was, I feel terrible for Ray because I know that he had a lot of personal goals that he wanted to achieve during the season.
It's one thing to let myself down, I can heal, I could process from letting myself down, but when I let someone else down, it's kind of like, I really got to step it up. And when I hurt my leg, I feel like I kind of let my teammates down.
That's in the back, that's behind the ACL. You can see that nice dark black stripe. Right. That's what a normal ligament looks like on this type of MRI. Now, if we go to his, the first thing that we notice as we're scrolling through the images is this bone bruise, and that's characteristic of an ACL.
That's the white right there?
Yeah, the white. Inside where the rest of the bone you can see is dark. We talked about goals, right? There are things that we can't speed up, okay? We can't make the biology of the healing faster, and there's things where you're used to going above and beyond what other people can do. We're not in a hurry, and we want to make sure that we go through this once that we do it well, that we protect this knee for the future and the other knee like we talked about. So some of the parts where you may feel like you want to work harder, the better approach is going to be to work smarter and just follow the steps. We have a very clear outline for how to get from here to back to basketball, and we just want you to stick with it. My name's Roddy McGee. I'm an orthopedic surgeon here in Las Vegas. We just finished Rekwon's surgery. Everything went well. Thankfully, he only had an injury to the ACL. There was no cartilage injury and there was no meniscus injury. So we're happy that this stage is over. It's an injury that is very heavily dependent on his rehab. We know that he's a kid that will do everything that we ask him to do, and we'll help him through all the phases of the rehab and eventually returning to basketball.
Bear down. Switch it up? Forget to bear down.
6 a.m. and therapy. It's kind of weird going to something before school, but we got to get it done. So I'm just trying to get this done, trying to get it over with, so I can get back on the court. First couple of days, I had some ice. They were moving my leg around, and I was really happy because them moving my leg around didn't hurt like one bit, but my knee was swollen.
This ACL is a very important ligament in your knee, and it helps to provide the stability of the knee. Patient or the athlete really can't participate in a sport without an ACL.
This is a TPM, intensity method technique. It's just breaking up scar tissue, increasing healing properties. He's got a little bit of scar. Actually, he looks really good. A little bit of swelling still, a little puffy.
Me and my cousin, we always had a competition about who can get the weirdest scars or the worst scars. And I was thinking, like, you know, with my scar, like, I beat him, definitely. I showed off my cut a little bit on Twitter and try to make it a more of a positive thing instead of a negative thing. The first month we went really light. You know, I went with just bands and no weights really. And about the second month, that's when we got to weights and doing leg presses, squats, and all these things.
He's a lot stronger kid than I gave him credit for initially. You know, in Chicago, he basically said, "Dad, I want to commit. I want to make something positive out of this." And I knew right then I had a special kid. Not that I didn't know before, but you really know who people are when they go through adversity. He was positive when I was down. You know, a couple times he told me, "Hey, Dad, it's gonna be all right."
My name's Mike. I work as a tech here at Sports Physical Therapy. We've been treating Ray for his ACL. He's been doing great. A lot of with the surgery, it depends on how you go into it as well as, you know, afterward. And he went into it in, you know, in great shape. We were treating him here before the surgery and after. So he's been responding very well to the therapy. And with any athlete, or especially somebody at his level, somebody that's really goes into it in really good athletic condition, really good shape, they tend to respond very well to the surgery and heal a lot better.
My calves are just about as big as my right calf. It's getting stronger, and my quad is getting stronger definitely every day. So, so we're doing pretty well. Yeah, it's healing pretty quick. Huh? Yes, a lot.
What happened?
I tore my ACL. Tore my ACL.
What'd you do?
Playing basketball.
Of course. I could tell that tall.
Yeah.
His injury was a non-contact injury, and it's one that we wonder if this could be something that could be prevented. We have significant research on programs that are designed to prevent these injuries, and we know they're effective. So it's something that we'll definitely be incorporating into his rehab and return to basketball, and it's also something that we want to share with other kids who are participating in basketball and other sports. And we really want to get this information in the hands of the coaches, the players, and the parents so that we're in as few of these situations as possible.
I'm almost dead.
What's that? You dead?
Yep.
Already? No, you're not even halfway.
I know.
I mean, from here on out, he's the hard part's over. He's got to strengthen, let his body heal properly, of course, but the progress he's made already is pretty incredible. In another 6 weeks, he'll be twice as good.
I've talked to Ray a couple times. I tore the ACL in one of my knees 3 times, so I've kind of talked to him, and I know what's going on. I'm excited to hear that recovery and rehab are going well, and things are going maybe ahead of what they're supposed to be doing. And that can probably be attributed to his youth and probably his work ethic, and he's probably got some good people taking care of him.
He's probably a month ahead to 2 months ahead of most people. And that's what makes it tough for him, is because he knows he feels better than that graft still is not healed. Have you been doing any foul shots or anything like that?
Yeah, I've been shooting like just little jumpers.
No jumpers?
No, I'm not jumping. I'm just.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
His wound's healing good. The swelling has come down. He's got excellent motion. The knee is stable. He's starting to activate his quadriceps muscle and the hip abductors and extensors, which is what we look for. And overall, he's right on track, exactly where we expect and what we want to see.
His mentality, his mindset, he's focused. He's got one goal, and that's getting back to play. And a lot of play. I mean, it's tough to find that intrinsic motivation in a player, and I definitely see that in Ray.
So the next steps are he'll continue with working on the motion. You can see that he's not all the way to complete flexion. We want him to get to where he can touch his heel to his rear. He's very close though, but he's right on track, and I'll check on him again in 1 more month, and we'll continue to follow the plan. Running will occur anytime between now and the next 2 months. So we'll base that on criteria that we want him to meet, where we'll be testing his 2-leg and single-leg stability. And when he shows that he's developed the strength to handle that, then we'll have him start running. But again, he may move faster than that. We base it more on criteria that we'll have him meet, and we'll take him through our return to play protocol and our testing. And when he can demonstrate that he can perform the functional activities that will be required in basketball, that's when we'll move him through each next step.
U of A, #1 recruiting class. Bear down, man. We're not over yet, you know? It's not over yet.